you study something in school and then you come out and you don't feel complete. Yeah, because I've searched. But it was when I started flying drones and I knew I found where I was supposed to be.
Yeah. So you don't like 9 to 5?
So
What do you think about creative that work 9 to 5?
that's limitation. You're just limiting yourself because 9 to 5 is like a trap. Okay, for example, if you're a creative that actually know what you're doing, you shouldn't be signed to just one company, working for them, editing for them. You should be out there. It should be scheduled. They should be booking you. Like, yeah, because I know a lot of creatives that are signed to a lot of brands. They are working for a lot of brands. You cannot just limit yourself to, okay, let's say, for example, you're a creative and then you're working full time for Red Bull. Let's say Powerhouse wants you. You can't go for Powerhouse. That's limitation. That's a very big limitation.
That's true.
Yeah, you can't be that creative. You can't be that good and allow yourself to be caged. If you're very good, the greatness will push you out there.
I swear.
Yeah, you'll be restless. That's just the truth. You won't settle for less. Yeah, it will just keep pushing you.
People see the final video, the smooth shots, the perfect looks, the clean transitions, but they don't see the struggle behind the lens. Today, we're here with Skywalker. He's a drone pilot here in Abuja, Nigeria. Has actually shot for the likes of Brother Shaggy and Allergic Techno.
I mean, tell that guy me shut up now. Yeah, he distracts me.
I said it distract.
As a creative, you should know when to change locations, change positions. If you're not comfortable with a particular setting, you should know when to leave. You should know when to say no. Yeah, and those people that actually say, let's grow together and let's see how it goes, that's when you need to know what to prioritize. It doesn't mean that you will not be getting other jobs. But let's say these ones now, their budgets are so low, they can't meet up to your price. So it's now more like a collaboration. Yeah, so what I do is that I have a testing period. I'll say, okay, I'll give this brand 3 months. And if we cannot make progress in whatever we're doing, then I think it's time to just bounce. But at the end of the day, what we're going for is growth. And growth, you're not just aiming for growth in your work. You also need money. Yeah, so you also need growth financially too. Exactly. If you're charging a rate of, let's say, for example, you're charging 100,000 as of last year, you should be charging 100,000 this year. That's just the truth. So it shows your level of growth as an individual, not even as a creative. Because in life, everything that doesn't grow dies.
Exactly.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, you need to keep growing. If not, you're going to be forgotten. You become irrelevant. I'm telling you. I know we all do this for the job, for the passion, for the love and everything. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you still need money to eat.
Yeah.
You still need money to buy your gears.
Yeah.
You can't keep using the same gear year in, year out and expect that your clients, the level of your clients or the type of clients you attract big clients. You need bigger gears to attract bigger clients. That's the truth.
True.
Yeah, we should be truthful to ourselves. So at the end of the day, we are chasing networking, we're chasing relationships, also chasing growth.
Also chasing the bag.
Yes.
When it comes to creativity or creative, the creative industry, most of our jobs are very spontaneous. So there are times you don't get to plan things, but it just happens. How do you get to navigate such situations?
Well, it's all about priorities. Yeah. The thing is, I don't just fly FPV because I'm looking for money. I love the job. So anything that will make me not to go for the job is not a priority at that point in time, except it has to do with family.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you value family very
well? Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Nice. I've actually turned down a job before because I had to go for Easter with my family. Yeah. But nobody knows this. Yeah, I told the client I had something else somewhere else.
I recently saw the video you made with Techno and Shaggy.
Yeah.
How do you get to land higher clients like that?
Just be good at what you do. It will come to you. there's a level of growth you attain in an industry, and then there's a level of perfect. Not, I will not say perfection because we're not perfect. Yeah, but there's a way you'll be so good at what you do, nobody can ignore you. They will try, but they can't ignore you. Do you understand?
Do you think that there's some level of spirituality attached to that?
Yeah, you still have to know. I have an alter ego. I feel like an eagle, like a bird. That's why I call myself Skywalker, because I feel like I'm walking on the sky. You get? So I won't pride myself as the best drone pilot in Abuja. You understand? But I know that if there are 5 good drone pilots in Abuja, my name should be mentioned. Offer. I'm on my way out. We're going to that park as well.
What inspired the name Skywalker?
Yeah, okay. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I stole the name from someone. He wasn't using it for anything useful.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Who was that? Who's this person?
I knew him like in 2014. Yeah, when I was in school. So everybody calls him Skywalker, but I didn't see anything sky about the walker. Yeah, so now fast forward to when I started flying drones. I was initially answering the name Nightwalker, but I saw it didn't correlate with what I was doing.
Why were you called Nightwalker?
Yeah, because for a long time I had insomnia. Yeah. So I couldn't just fall asleep at night like regularly. So sometimes if I really want to fall asleep, I have to use a sedative.
Crazy.
Yeah, so whenever you chat me up or you buzz me up at night, I will reply you instantly. Yeah, so it was as crazy as that.
The thing clients don't do, we pay you where.
Like cancelling on a shoot when I've already cleared my schedules.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's really painful.
Very painful.
You actually get jobs from other people and be like, nah.
Yeah. Oh, that day is not free, and then at the end of the day they cancel on you without any explanation.
They paid up front.
The problem now was they booked, but they hadn't paid yet. They said they were going to pay 24 hours before the shoot, and they cancelled 48 hours before the shoot. The second annoying thing is the client delayed my payments even after I had delivered for extra 4 days.
Whoa.
Yeah, so now it felt like I was the one disturbing. And I don't actually work like that. You get? Because I know that most of these clients, once you delivered and they are still owing you, they might end up not paying at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you have to keep hitting them and reminding them.
So maybe like governments they owe.
Exactly.
I mean no go owe, you know?
Exactly. Someone told me something. I am Grant. You're familiar with him, right?
Yeah.
I used to be like a very crazy artist. I draw hyperrealism.
Yeah, I saw some of your work.
Yeah, so
the one you made for Grant.
Exactly. That was that job. That was what changed everything. Yeah, I went to deliver the job to him, and he loved it so much. So he told me that if you can do this thing, you can do anything.
Wow.
That is the word he told me. That was what changed everything. I was like, you really believe so? He said, yeah. And then he showed me a video of Johnny FPV. Johnny FPV has flown for Fast and Furious. He flies for all the Rock movies, Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, so he's that good. Like, he's very, very good. So Grant showed me a video of him flying FPV, like his shots. And I watched this thing it was like a 10-minute video, but I watched it for like an hour. I was watching it over and over again, and that was when I fell in love with it. I was like, how do I do this? And then he advised me on how to start and everything. Every year, there's always a new product. Every year, there's always a new gear to buy.
Yeah.
There's always something new that you can add to your collection. Yes. So, and you know, those things cost money. And it's not just the dollar rate, shipping. Yeah. Okay, for example, now, it was the time I crashed my drone, and I had to replace my propellers. So, my propellers, the total price of propellers was like $14. But I ended up paying $50 for shipping.
Crazy.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Because I needed it to be with me in a couple of days, like 10 days maximum. I couldn't wait for a month or 2 months because I needed to work with it. Yeah, so that express shipping alone, it's a lot of burden. Imagine this was just for propellers. Imagine I was ordering my LiPo batteries, or I was ordering something heavier. So you see, it's going to be like strenuous. It's actually very stressful, but at the end of the day, we still find a way around it.
Do you think clients get to understand all this?
I don't think. All they want is delivery. Let's say something happens and I lost all my gears and I'm still needed for a job, and then the client already has a drone for me on set. All I need to go is to go and fly. Yeah, that's all. I just need to tune the drone to my rates that I'm used to flying, and then I fly. Or let's say I'm in Lagos, and then let's say, okay, for example, I went to a vacation and I didn't go with my gears, and then I get booked for a gig in Lagos, and I have to now fly from wherever I am to Lagos directly, because it's maybe sometimes some gigs are time conscious. So let's say I fly to Lagos, I can try to call a co-pilot. I'm in Lagos and have a gig. I need your drone. So that simply means I'm the brand, not the drone. I understand life is about frequency. Yeah. If you align yourself in the right frequency, the right things will come to you. You don't need to push too much. My rates is tailored specifically for I have different rates for different kind of jobs. You understand? So let's say I'm going to do a job that requires my drone to be around obstacles a lot. Knowing fully well that being around obstacles for a drone, you can crash. My rates now will determine. I'll cut my costs. I'll check out the possible scenarios that can happen and the possible damages that my drone could incur, and all those expenses now I'll put it into my rates. So just in case I damage a prop or my motors, or even damage my GoPro. Okay, the GoPro, I won't say I'll be getting full price for the GoPro. Yeah, but at least whatever my rates will give me will be something I can just add some few dollars to, and then I'll get my GoPro. So you have to just impute everything inside it. So you have to know that this is my worth. You understand? So regardless of whatever happens on set, you know that it's not the client's responsibility, it's your responsibility. You can damage a drone worth $2,000 on set for just $100 job.
Wow.
Yeah, it happens. I have a friend.
You didn't foresee it happening. You didn't know it was going to happen.
No, the thing now is every flight is unique. Yeah, every flight is unique. So you cannot judge every flight based on.
Let's just continue.
Yeah. So you cannot judge every flight based on your previous experiences. Yeah. So if you're going for any job, you know that there's always risk. The percentage of you crashing is like 99. That 1% is your skill and God, the grace of God, as long as it's FPV. Yeah, because one wrong turn, one wrong move, and then you're on the ground. That's just the truth. That's why it's harder to learn. It's harder to be an FPV pilot than a normal drone pilot. I'm privileged to be able to fly drones like very well. So I shot this new video that came out, Techno, Power. I shot the FPV for the video, and then on set, my drone crashed. Yeah, because I was trying to like orbit around. I was in a car chase scene. I was trying to orbit around, and then there was a branch sticking out that I didn't see, so it hit my drone, and then it crashed. So I lost my GoPro holder on that set. Now ordering another GoPro holder will take me extra 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Wow.
And I had a job the next week. How was I going to cope? So luckily, I was lucky enough to lay my hands on someone that had a 3D printer. That was my narrow escape from that. Most of these bigger clients like Techno, at the end of the day, it was from recommendations. Yeah, I did a job for another director, and then the director that Director Kems that shot Techno's video. I think he saw a shot from a video I did, like an FPV work I did for another client, another music video, and he loved it. And then he wanted exactly that. And he didn't even know I was the one that shot that video. He just asked the director that, can he recommend any FPV pilots in Abuja? and then the director called my name. They also asked a few people. They even asked Grant to recommend, and my name was called.
Wow.
Like 3 times. So they had no option than to come for me. You understand? So when we were on set, and then he was asking me if I can get something like this. So I told him that, yeah, of course I can get it. And at the end of the day, I told him that I was one that shot this. I was like, are you serious? And you're being all modest. I was like, there's no need to pride myself in something I know that this is my work. You understand? Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's by recommendation.
And that recommendation comes from networking?
From networking. Yeah, because some people might not know that you are good at this thing, but other people know. It's left to those other people to tell these other people that this guy is good at this thing. When I wanted to buy my first drone, I had just 800,000 naira in my account. And this was after grants. I would have said, before, when I was learning FPV, I would say grant deceived me.
Wow.
Yeah,
How?
because at first, the drone was too hard to fly, bro. Like, I was like, what did I do? What have I done? It was too hard. Like,
Seems like you wasted money.
yeah, at first, because I didn't understand what he meant by FPV. I already bought my drone before I understood what FPV actually meant.
Oh.
Yeah, I was so excited. That was the truth. So when I started flying FPV, I was like, Grant deceived me. And I carried like 1.something million to go and buy this drone. And I might end up not learning it because it was frustrating at first. I crashed it a number of times, like serious crashes.
You lost the drone?
No, I didn't lose the drone, but I crashed and I damaged the drone. I did some repairs. I came back, fly, crash.
Beginner's drone this.
Yeah, you are. Drone went through hell. It went through hell. But I feel like if you have, but I feel like in this modern world, the least equipment a creative can have is an iPhone. And people do wonders with an iPhone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot.
The only con with using an iPhone is that you can't go for professional jobs. People won't take you seriously.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that you are good at what you do. You understand? So first of all, I feel like as a creative, you first have to master the skill before looking to market yourself out there. So if you are looking at mastering the skill, equipment shouldn't be a yardstick for progress. Yeah, it's when you finish mastering the skill, so you can now decide, do I take a loan to get my equipment or do I save up? But you first need to know what you're doing first. Because if you don't know what you're doing and you get all the gears in the world, it doesn't mean you're ready. You keep filming good quality videos, but no storyline, no composition, no framing. It's just going to be like a kid with a Lamborghini.
Crazy.
Yeah, like a 9-year-old kid with a Lamborghini. It's as a waste.
These are the 3 things I learned from my interview with Skywalker. First of it all is, don't let fear paralyze you. And remember, you are good enough. And third and final one, preparation is everything. Before you put yourself out there, put in the work behind the scene.
Because if you're charging a client, you're charging for your expertise. It's not a guesswork. You need to know that you can deliver. Yeah, that's why you charge plenty, so that because you are very sure you can deliver. So at the end of the day, know the craft very well before marketing yourself. Yeah, and every job is different. You have to have unique style, storytelling style.
Yeah.
It has to be, yes. It has. Your job doesn't need to look alike. Every job has to tell a unique story.
That's where the creativity comes in.
Exactly. Yeah, because it has. At the end of the day, you're working for different clients with different ideas and different imaginations. So you need to deliver what they're imagining. A client can just come with an idea, but you bring it to life, and then it makes more sense. So at the end of the day, you know that every job requires its own touch. Yeah, and that's where the spirituality of the job comes in.
Yeah.